So, tell you what you were saying, brother.
So yeah, they was just some of the people like, yeah, we can really use black male teachers. So at the time I was like, firefighter school. I never really understood why I kind of shied away from it, but my big brother was a firefighter, and it was just something I kind of seen was like, know what? I don't really think that's for me. Like, I don't really think that's for me, so let me see what education talking about. So I had made my mind up, because I got here in August, right before school year started. So I came home, and I knew I was never gonna be one of them, oh, what happened to you type of stories. Like, you just went up here and didn't do nothing. So I enrolled in graduate school later that year, but I started substitute teaching. That way I can kind of get my feet wet and see if it's something I like. Now this was a real interesting time in my life because I had to grow up fast. I'm 21 years old teaching high school, all right? So I would always get like warnings from other people. They'd be like, hey, you young, man, like protect yourself. Be mindful of what you put on social media. You can't just go anywhere, whatever the case may be. And that was always something I was conscious of because at the time I'm fresh out of college, so I may still party or go to the club, have a little drink or something like that. But you will kind of lose the respect of your students if you're seen in certain lights. And I was always able to maintain that respect, so I started subbing. Once I earned my master's degree in business, that's when I had some real tools to work with. I had some irons in the fire. And that's when I just picked up education. But the original plan was to be a firefighter and be a barber. But it just transitioned based on what some people who I trusted to offer me good words of guidance. And they would tell me like, and I still do it to this day, like, look, man, you go to work from 8 to 3, you off at 3, you off weekends, you off holidays, you off summers. So even if you decide not to do this, you still got a lot of time to, put some of your creative juices into work. So with me still being an athlete, I'm still training people. The kids I'm training, they in school from 8 to 3. So I wouldn't be doing much of anything anyway. And I did it like that. And my grandmother, God bless the dead, she left the house for me. All right, so when I got that, that's when the light came on. Like, real estate is really where you're gonna earn some of that generational wealth that you want. I can't rap, so I wasn't gonna drop a platinum mixtape. The stock market, I'm hands-on in it a little bit, but it's like real estate, it was kind of like elementary for me. So the house she left me, my pops left me some simple instructions. He paid for a lot of the renovations. Some of the stuff I had never done anything but play sports up to that point. I regret that bad too. Like, I had a regular job here or there, but a lot of us athletes find ourselves so engulfed in sports that we turned 22 years old, we never worked the cash register. We never did the account balance sheet. We never renovated the home. We never fixed the roof. We never fixed the window. And I just looked like I have $1 million worth of game in football, but have no more opportunities in that. So, I just started learning how to do some residential contracting right then and there. And then luckily I got a job at Northwestern Middle School, which was like half a mile away from where the house is. So Northwestern Middle School, that was another real like turning point in my life because I was the PE teacher and I was a football coach and a basketball coach and a baseball coach. So pretty much everything involved with sports went through me to some degree. So that was like real leadership role. So being a teacher is like kind of smaller than being an athletic person, like being that hands-on. And then being a sub, most people don't really apply too much pressure to you. Show up on time, be respectful, dress accordingly, don't use, distasteful language, things of that nature. But when I got to be full-time teaching, it seemed like full-time teacher pay. And I can remember people telling me like, yeah, teachers don't make no money. I felt rich. Like, I felt like my grandmother left me a house, so we'll do some math a little bit. My grandma left me a house, I'm making $3,200 a month, which ain't like that much. I'm not paying the mortgage, all right? Not paying the car note paid for, okay? I don't have any kids, I'm single, so I'm really getting $3 real $1,000 a month. That's mine, you feel me? So, and it was just like a great career plan that worked out for me. Like I said, I still teach to this day, and I've been sticking to the plan. And just like they told me when I started, you got that free time to do something else. I've probably engaged in the 4 or 5 different markets since 2015. I've done residential contracting, which is my favorite, installing floors and roofs. I did some retail stuff to pick up some skills. I had an awesome time teaching swimming lessons, bro. Like, I had an awesome time teaching swimming lessons, bro. Like, I know how to swim. I made me a flyer on Canva, had some Matter of fact, we gonna talk. I'd make a great promotional video with swimming lessons. And yeah, I know I just taught the class. You don't have to cut this out, but I taught the class last week. It was $200 for 30 minutes, bro. Five people, you know, because I learned this from you too. You don't even remember this here. We was talking at the field, and you said how you can set your own value when you work for yourself. All right, you wasn't even talking to me actually. Like I think I was on the field and just overheard you saying something to somebody about you being a full-time photographer, bro. I never forgot about that. So like whenever I offer classes, I can say this is my price. This what, you know, if you don't want it, then go somewhere else. Like this what. But whenever you build your value into your craft and what you do, they won't even mind paying you for it. Like you might tell them it's $25 or whatever, they'll give you $75 because that's how much they value whatever you putting into them. So yep, and I stuck by that, man. My journey still ain't over, bro. I'm still learning stuff, still in phenomenal shit. I still train like I might get the call one day. Like I don't even know why I think like that. Just, you know, I know I constantly tap back into being that 5'5", 150-pound person that nobody thought much of. So whenever I work out, it just kind of grounds me. Like it puts me back. Like don't forget who that kid was. Like don't feel like you accomplished so much till you forget who he was, because he did some stuff that nobody expected him to do. And I, you know, same person, it can be the same way. It's just in different fields, not so much football, but I might crack into being the next real estate mogul. I might be a principal one day, you know, all that's still gonna come. I'm 33, like I'm not old. A lot of people will get to this age and feel like, yeah, I'm washed, I'm getting old. Like, nah, bro, you just getting warmed up. Football was the beginning. That's a very small part of your life. Very small part of your life, because you're gonna get married, you're gonna have children, you're gonna make some investments, you're gonna meet some people, you're gonna have opportunity to change lives. And football might end at 24 years of age, give or take. Like the average NFL career, 2 years? So by 24, you know, you'll get out. I'm very, very thankful for my transition out of football, because I've seen some people take it hard. I kind of feel like it was a blessing in disguise for me to sustain the injury, so I never had to consciously walk away from the game. You know, it was like, this is what you're risking. Go ahead and make that transition for me. So for a lot of people, you know, they get out, might feel like coach didn't like me, I didn't really get this fair shot, and they'll try, you know, keep chasing it. But I always encourage people, keep chasing their dreams, never quit, you feel me? Like until you just decide that's just what it is, like always pursue what it is you want to do. But with this football, man, treat that thing real delicate, because it'll chew you up and spit you out and have you out here feeling all kind of depressed and, you know, feeling like you ain't fulfill your purpose. You know, you hear about guys who was all world when they was in high school, and then they come home and they got to work at a warehouse or something, and people chit-chatting about them. Oh, man, you heard about so-and-so, man, he done fell off. Like, ignore all that, bro. Like, you know, it can get to you, though. It really can get to you. If you was once #2 recruit in the country, yeah, you supposed to go to the league, you feel me? But me and my walk-on status, everything I did in football was a plus. Everything. Like, nobody expected none of that. So just from scoring a touchdown and making a tackle, it was all, and that was one of the benefits of being a walk-on for me. Like, everything was upside. Everything was upside. It's like I started from here, so everything up. So if I come in 5-star and I'm not starting my freshman year, now it's like, oh, my value declined. All right, so yeah, that's what that is.